Hi, it's Ariel with Auto City in El Cajon, San Diego's award-winning used car dealership. This is a 2015 Buick Encore. It's silver with an ebony interior. It has about 12,500 miles on it. This car recently reached the number 2 slot in my video for the top 5 ugliest cars we have right here on the lot, which you can watch, by the way, by clicking up here somewhere. But now, despite how ugly I thought this car was, I am faced with the challenge of having to sell it, which means I have to find the good in this car. I have to figure out what I like about this car. I have to get inside the mind of the Buick Encore enthusiast and find out what makes them tick, what makes them like this car. It's time to do my job. This can get interesting. I am going to sell this Buick. This is awkward. So I called it ugly, so I called it egg-shaped. But here we are again, so let's look at the stats, shall we? This compact crossover from General Motors, the pride of Detroit, is powered by a 1.4-liter 4-cylinder engine, which not surprisingly doesn't put out a whole lot of power with just 138 horses at the helm. But what this car's powertrain lacks in power, it makes up for in efficiency. At 33 miles to the gallon highway, you're looking at less visits to the pump than you would in other SUVs this size. Not exactly the most off-roady of SUVs, with front-wheel drive being your only option, but the Encore is comfortable, roomy even in the back, and has a maximum cargo capacity of 48 cubic feet. This car has some worthy pluses. Oh, the LCD screen still has the plastic film on it. I am so tempted to peel that off. I actually do like where that LCD screen is placed. It's one of the most ergonomic positions on a modern dash that I've seen, because it's really close to the bottom of the windshield, so it's not hard for me to sort of eye it while I'm also looking out the window. So that's a plus. Immediately, I'm also noticing this additional storage compartment in the dash here. That's something I didn't notice while I was doing the ugly videos. And you have a pretty average glove box there as well. Oh, that's a nice armrest. Ooh, I like that armrest, actually. I like that a lot. That's in a good position. That already makes me enjoy the seating position that much more. It takes little things to please a guy like me. I'm gonna get this. Oh! The interior does feature a big mix of materials, something I'm not always a fan of. But I must admit, over time, I did warm up to traits like its two-tone seats. I do feel the interior styling of this car matches the exterior styling. They are quite uniform. Also, I really like these classic American-style gauges. Now, you do have an optional manual shift mode with a top-mounted sort of push-button upshift, downshift selector here. There are no paddle shifters, no flickering or anything. If you do like shifting your automatic car manually, you have that option. This method of doing it is something that might take a little getting used to if you're used to paddle shifters or flicky shifters. But overall, it's not bad. It provides just a little bit more of a tactile, aggressive driving experience to this car. Overall, it's not the sportiest car, but if you want a slight bit of control, or if you need a slight bit of control, if you're in a hairy situation, being able to shift your own gears is always a good advantage to have. But for now, we're just going to put it back into drive and cruise. You know, once you get this car on the road and get it up to speed, once you figure out your seating position that works best for your comfort, visibility, ergonomics, it actually is a pretty nice driving car. It's quiet, it's easy to drive, it's smooth but not too smooth. You still get a good feel of the road beneath the wheels, which, you know, I'm a fan of. And it's got this really high up armrest, which I'm kind of starting to dig. I kind of feel like with this armrest up this high, I should really be talking with my hands more. It gives me a more of a distinguished approach to car reviews, and I am really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this armrest experience. I really want a sandwich. Here's an interesting quirk I just discovered about this car. It's neither good nor bad, and I don't know if it's specific to this Encore that I'm filming or to every Encore, but the seat backs are different with the two front seats. Here on the passenger seat, it's a traditional hard plastic seat back with a netted sort of mesh pocket here. And on the driver's seat, it's a leather seat back, or rather synthetic leather with matching stitched pocket here. I don't know if that's because the driver's seat is sort of the king's throne or something they overlooked. It's not good or bad, it's just an interesting quirk. But I like discovering quirks like that on cars like this. To me, that's half the fun. Also, I could do this. What cars do you know that you can drive while resting your chin on your hand? I certainly can't do it in my BMW. I'd be down here. Waiting for the light to change in my Buick Encore. You got Sirius satellite radio. I mean, I think you might have to subscribe, but you got it. That's a good thing. I like Sirius radio. Howard Stern. Big fan of Howard Stern. I don't know if you can hear that in the GoPro camera, but the clicky sound of the turn signal is very satisfying. Listen to this. I'm taking the back here. Listen to this. Extraordinarily satisfying.
And as always, does it fit my giant oversized hippy-dippy water bottle? Yes! Big door pockets in the front seat. Okay, how about the back seat? Does my giant oversized hippy-dippy water bottle fit in the back door? No.
The style and look of the car matches the driving dynamics. The interior design matches the exterior design. You don't get that in a lot of modern cars. This car is very uniform. Whether or not it's appealing to you, whether or not the aesthetics of this car match your taste, that doesn't matter. It's got a good balance of classic American nostalgia with modern styling, and it's very, very distinctively GM. And if you're a GM loyalist, which I have nothing against, if you're a GM loyalist, this car is the car for you, because it's got General Motors written all over it. It's got enough upscale luxuries to remind you that you're not just driving a Chevy. It's not quite a Cadillac, but Cadillac's not quite a Cadillac these days either, let's be honest. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Buick Encore, man.
In conclusion, the Buick Encore is a fuel-efficient, compact crossover built for the die-hard GM fan, with creature comforts rated somewhere between Chevy and Cadillac. If this is indeed the kind of used car you are looking for, it is not a bad buy.
This 2015 Buick Encore might not be my thing, but there were some features I discovered along the way that made it more enjoyable than I expected. It's quite comfortable, it has some nice amenities, and it drives pretty good. And just because something isn't my dream car doesn't mean it can't be somebody else's. So I want to hear from you. I want to hear from the Buick Encore owners and enthusiasts, the people who are looking for a Buick Encore. Tell me what it is you love about the Buick Encore. No judgments, I'm genuinely curious. I want to have a dialogue with you. Leave a little comment and likes in the boxes below, and let's have a conversation about this car. And if you are interested in coming to take a look at this Buick Encore or any other cars we have in our award-winning lot, come see us in El Cajon or visit us online at goautocity.com. Thanks so much for watching.
Auto City.